On my right. Correction, standing on my left and fighting out of the blue corner. She was 7-1 as an amateur, showing great hands, a strong puncher, but trained in American Jiu-Jitsu, also has great submission skills. At 5 feet 9 inches tall, she weighed in at an even 148 pounds. Her young professional career undefeated, one win with no losses, training in HD MMA. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of Lake Lackawanna, Missouri, here is Miss Molly Estes. Her opponent tonight fights from the red side of the cage and standing on my right, making her professional debut tonight. She was the Olympic bronze medalist from the 2008 Beijing Games in wrestling. Also trained in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Zingano Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at 5 feet 2 inches tall and 149.5 pounds. Please welcome from Broomfield, Colorado, Randi. Michelle Browning will stay in the cage in charge of Invicta FC tonight. In this one scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds.
Expect a good, clean, fair fight. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves, back to your corners.
Referee Michelle Browning presiding over this featherweight contest. The professional MMA debut of 2008 Olympics bronze medalist Randi Miller. 36-year-old veteran Molly Estes. We are set for action. Julie, why was Miller unable to make the 145-pound weight?
You know, I didn't get a chance to talk to her about that. I have a feeling she's going to go for a takedown right now. But Miller is an extremely strong athlete. I've actually trained with her before. She is strong in the clinch, and she is determined to be a good mixed martial arts fighter. She's training at the highly touted Zingano BJJ school with Kat Zingano, who's a top 10 125er in the sport.
Yeah, Kat Zingano, 6-0, was supposed to fight on this card, withdrew due to injury, but she is in Miller's corner. Mo, you know a lot about Randi Miller. What can we look for in this her professional debut, or what would you like to see?
Pressure, like she's doing, throwing hands, look for a takedown. I call her Bam Bam Miller because she's hard-headed and just comes with force and power. I think she's doing the right thing with this pace, and a lot of people, men and women, can't handle a pace like this. It's grueling, and eventually Estes is going to wear down.
Estes made her pro debut in October with a dominant decision victory over Lacey Jackson. And now Miller throwing a right hand against the fence to Estes.
Estes is doing a very good job of looking for her strikes and working on hand control and head control right here. But she's up against the cage, and that's a dangerous position to be put in against a wrestler. Oh, switch the positions there.
Turns the tables on Miller, now delivers a left knee. Miller looking to get away from the fence. Another knee from Estes.
And Miller needs to get her back off the cage and keep on pressuring forward. Get off the cage, pressure forward, and get inside position. Because she's getting kneed right now in the clinch.
Estes is clinching.
And it's hurting her right now.
Yeah, had the collar tie, now had the whizzer as well. There's an opportunity for Estes. A couple of knees to the face of Miller. Miller again needs another knee.
Drop her levels, get around that forearm. That elbow is keeping her in control.
She just clear the underhook or do something. Some type of motion, some type of sporadic. Because if you're stuck there, you have to spaz out sometimes.
Miller, a bronze medalist at the 2008 Olympics, another bronze medalist at the Olympics. In judo, however, the new Strikeforce women's bantamweight champion Ronda Rousey. And left hand from Miller.
I'm wondering if those knees to the midsection of Miller are going to be wearing her out a little bit. That coupled with the extreme weight cut might have an effect on her cardio here.
Slashing elbow, and of course those knees to the face probably didn't do her any favors either.
The knees to the body are hurting her, and one thing she has to realize, this is not freestyle wrestling, so you can't have that space there in between. You have to be all the way in.
And putting your head down is kind of dangerous in MMA.
Estes doing a good job of defending the takedown attempt here by Randi Miller. Desperately wants to take this fight to the ground. Estes keeping her at bay. Miller with a quick right hand. Estes needs to circle away from the fence now, or she's going to eat some living. Another knee, two knees to the midsection, and Miller again bull rushes her to the fence.
I'm impressed with Estes right now. I know that she's on the cage, but she's doing a very good job.
I'm impressed too. The one thing I'm disappointed with Randi is she's not going to a single leg. If you're shooting a double leg and gets defended, switch off to a single leg.
And she's leaving a lot of space there, those knees. Estes putting on a knee in clinic, going to the face and then to the body. And Miller content to just keep her pinned along the fence, but she has to try to. Now she delivers a knee of her own.
Well, one thing we do know is Bam Bam got a strong chin. Because she's taking some shots right now.
I'm wondering if that's a cut above the left eye of Estes. I could be wrong here, but...
And it's just knees after knees by Estes. Miller desperately trying to get the takedown. Now Estes looking to turn the tables again, reversing her here, continuing to deliver those punishing knee strikes.
There's definitely blood on the left eyebrow of Estes right now, but again, I think she's actually doing a good job of controlling this fight.
And so far the blood trickling down the side of her face, not really getting into her eye, which of course could create problems down the line. But right now, the much taller Molly Estes using that to her advantage, keeping Miller at bay here with the whizzer and the knees.
Yeah, that crossface is doing a wonderful job of setting up that right knee.
Creating space, and Randi needs to be all the way in. All the way in, look for a takedown, and knee tap would be perfect there.
Left and a right from Miller. 30 seconds left in the opening round.
And the only problem with Randi's style of wrestling, she was a pressure style wrestler, so she pushed you out of bounds at the point. This is where she needs to use her transitions, her technique to get the extra takedown.
And now coming forward, still rudimentary striking, of course, still very much in the embryonic stages of her MMA career. Randi Miller wrestled in Northern Michigan, one of 3 places in the USA, designated as a feeder to the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs, Colorado, as we head to round 2. Julie, how'd you score the first 5 minutes?
I have that 10-9 Estes. I know that her back was to the cage quite a bit in this fight, but I think she controlled it with the striking and that beautiful crossface and those knees to the midsection.
There's Katzengano tending to Randi Miller. Mo, obviously, I know you shared the relation with the fellow wrestler, but how'd you score the first round?
Randi dropped that round. She lost that round. She got outworked, outpositioned, and outstruck. And I think Estes did a lot of damage to the knees, to the body. A lot of damage, even more to the head.
Oh, there we go. We're seeing in this replay, Randi trying to pressure her, and that crossface, setting up those knees. Estes using the cage to actually counterbalance Randi's takedown attempts and deliver her knees to the midsection and the head.
And to the people out there that don't understand wrestling, when you have the underhook, you want to be all the way in. You don't want to be out creating space because you will get kneed or snap down. So you want to be all the way in with the underhook. Hip to hip, preferably.
Molly Estes with a nick over her left eye. A good opening 5 minutes for the 36-year-old out of Osceola, Missouri. Meanwhile, fighting out of Broomfield, Colorado, Randi Miller looking to immediately rush to Estes. Driving forward. She's in the pink and black. Estes in the black. And
Estes looking for a knee right now, I think. A big knee.
Yeah, keeping her at a distance.
Now, this is how you see the fight starting to change now. Randi has to keep on creating pressure and making Estes fight her pace so she can wear it down and possibly get the win. But those knees are slowing Randi down. Body shots.
And continues to find the targets, the face and the body with the knees. Much taller. And then Randi Miller, the 5'9" Molly Estes. Miller just 5'2", but now wanting to just pin Estes along the fence. She needs to try to drop, change levels, and try to get this fight to the ground.
Get a single leg. Go for a single leg. Or a knee tap is perfect right here. Put her right leg, put her right leg in between the legs and drive across the knees. But now,
good takedown defense, good awareness by Estes. Circles away from the fence, now has Miller pinned along the cage.
She does. I think she's going to do exactly what she's doing right now. Push with that elbow, deliver those knees to the midsection, trying to disrupt her cardio and deliver some elbows too. You know, maybe try to cut Miller a little bit.
I'll tell you this, she's breaking ribs.
Doing a good job, yeah, keeping the distance, allowing the knees to to have the momentum and velocity now. Miller looking for that ankle pick, low
Gave up her
single.
back on that.
But she is giving up her back, like you say. Estes beginning to put her hooks in.
She's too high, though. She's too high.
I think she might be looking for an armbar here.
Well, it's harder armbar than T-Rex arms. She's looking for a triangle.
Estes looking for the armbar from the bottom. Miller in a precarious position here in round 2.
We might have to call Estes Molly Overeem with them knees.
Now Miller stacking up Estes, trying to drive some ground and pound. They're putting all of the weight on Estes. Now some right hands from Miller. Straight right.
Establish that guard again. Looks like she's getting pounded.
Round and pound.
Oh, wow.
Round 2 just past the midway point of the frame and the fight. Half guard by Estes, but Miller now beginning to attack the body.
Yeah, she's worked the body as much as possible for payback.
And I will tell you, it is very difficult to have Randi Miller on top of you. It's not a position you want to be in.
What is her strength like, Julie?
She's extremely powerful and extremely good at the scramble, and she just wants to win. Every part of her wants to win.
She definitely now reversing fortunes here, turning the tables with some ground and pound. Now she has Estes back. Randi Miller looking for the rear naked choke. Bit of a neck crank here.
She gets her hooks in for, there we go. Estes back on her feet.
Position before submission.
Yep.
Wow.
The crowd here in Kansas City on fuego. They love what they see from Randi Miller in the second round.
Randi's pace is starting to take over now. You can see Estes breathing out of her mouth, and Randi's relentless. And she'll get another takedown here pretty soon, and it'll be back to the ground, and you'll see more ground and pound.
Changes levels again, looking for the double leg.
Whoa, Estes did a good job.
Yeah, looking for that low single again. The ankle pick. Estes just dropping down. A minute 19 left in the second round.
I'm impressed with Estes using her reach and using her jiu-jitsu skills to establish good position when she could be in bad position.
And people out there, you saw Randi drop for low single. Only one person can do the low single. Actually, anybody can do low single, but in MMA, Randy Couture is, when he fought James Toney, executed the low single perfectly to do the stance. But you don't want to drop from a high, solid position to a low-level position, because you'll end up in a scramble situation like this right here.
And the scramble continues now. Another knee from Estes. That's been her bread and butter all fight long. And the crowd here in Kansas City, of course, Estes out of Osceola, Missouri, not too far away. They're enjoying the action of this featherweight contest, although Miller came in 4 pounds over the 145-pound limit, surrendering a quarter of her purse to Estes. It's been back and forth, and now Miller. Takedown into cross-side position, looking for the mount. Ground and pound, Miller style.
Lots of desperation in that ground and pound. She wants that finish badly.
10 seconds left in the middle stanza. Miller continues to unload. Estes now just trying to keep her arms at bay. Full mount from Miller, but time is running out of the round.
Wow. What an amazing round. We're really seeing a little bit of a turn of the tide here as Randi's finding her rhythm.
But this is where experience comes in right here, and experience comes in. Molly's doing her thing right now, but I feel like the wrestling and the grappling is what's wearing her out.
Molly Estes being helped to her corner, fighting out of Crawford's MMA. Randi Miller, of course, representing Zingano, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Kat Zingano in her corner. Natasha Wicks, former UFC ring girl, is joining us here as a cage girl. So Invicta Fighting Championships 1. Let's revisit some of the action.
Well, we can see here where Estes is attempting to push Randi against the cage. Get that clinch, get that crossface, and Randi just relentless with that takedown, as Mo said. Going for that low single and actually giving up her back in the process. This scramble resulted in Randi getting top position and really delivering some powerful blows.
What did you like most out of Miller in that second round, Mo?
Well, I like the fact that when she got on top, she delivered damage. Her takedown attempts are subpar, to be real with you.
Third round underway. underway. Safe to say, Mo and Julie, even going into round 3?
Yeah.
On the scorecards?
Yeah, I have 1 round for each of them right now.
Miller in the pink and black, Estes in the black. So, third and final round underway here at Memorial Hall in Kansas City, Kansas. We hope you're enjoying all the action wherever you may be watching around the world. The first ever Invicta Fighting Championships event dedicated to the women of mixed martial arts. And Randi Miller, of course, comes in with a ton of credentials into her pro debut.
It's like this. If Estes wants to win this fight, she should do what she's doing, but do it in the middle of the cage, where she won't get pushed against the cage and possibly taken down. Use your jab, but use it with conviction.
Yeah, she's circling beautifully. She's doing a good job of circling, but I think she's tired from the ground and pound. Trying to keep somebody from taking you down is very, very tiring.
Yeah, Estes with a weak jab there, not really establishing and allowing Miller to pin her up against the cage.
But I'm going to tell you this, on the flip side, going for takedowns and getting kneed in the body is tiring too.
I believe you.
They've been through the rigors of what has been a back and forth battle here at Invicta FC. Miller working the body, going upstairs with the left hand, strafing the jaw of Estes.
Estes is breathing out of her mouth right now.
Never a good sign.
No, sir.
Estes is the right thing. Lateral motion, put the jab. Use that jab, bing, bing, 1 step, 1, 2. Step across, step aside, create an angle. Now Randi needs to drop down to a single leg, Drop down to a single leg and finish it, but now she's tied up and she used the underhook ineffectively.
And conversely, Julie, for Estes, needs to circle away.
She
what
needs
else?
to circle away and get that crossface established again, like she's doing right now. Push her butt out, get off the cage, and start rattling off more strikes.
2 minutes gone in the final round. Miller tenaciously looking for the takedown. Estes just trying to suck up every ounce of oxygen she can.
Nice knee right there. Good setup.
And Miller has to be careful, right, with her head positioning, though, because she has eaten a lot of knees in this fight to the face.
A lot of knees, and that's due to lack of inexperience. I think it's lack of training partners too that can emulate the size, the length that Estes has.
And now Estes dropping down as Miller was looking for the single, putting all of her weight on Miller, trying not to give Miller the opportunity to get dominant position. Miller working feverishly to do just that.
Mount.
Seeing sheer determination here. She gave up the mount, went to half guard.
So now Estes on her back, Miller working from top position with 2 minutes left in the fight.
If I were Estes right now, I'd be working really hard for a get-up or a sweep. You don't want Randi to establish a good, strong, solid base on top of you. Those strikes hurt.
Nasty elbow, another left hand and grazing, another elbow strike from Miller. Ground and pound.
Vicious ground and pound. Bam, bam.
Wow.
And I think we do have her nickname. The Silvercade, courtesy of King Mo. Bam, bam, Miller. Hammer fist, and there it is.
There we go.
Stops the fight. The 2008 Olympics bronze medalist in wrestling, Randi Miller, on this, the first ever Invicta Fighting Championships card, picks up her first professional MMA win in her pro debut. It wasn't easy, Mo, but she pulled it out in the end.
She pulled it off in the end, but man, this is a great fight. Randi definitely got pushed, and Molly Overeem definitely came with them knees, and I think Randy's gonna go back to the drawing board and make some changes in the camp.
What impressed you the most about Miller's performance here tonight, Julie?
Well, it's her tenacity for sure. I mean, you can see somebody who is just not going to give up. They are not going to give up throughout. And you know, Estes impressed me too. I mean, what a welcome to mixed martial arts. You know, getting your stomach kneed over and over again and your face kneed over and over again, and still going. You know, we see the heart of a champion right there.
28-year-old Randi Miller. Another crossover athlete coming into mixed martial arts. The wrestler picking up a hotly contested, hard-earned victory here in the final round.
And here's where we see the tide turning in Randi's favor. When she gets that takedown, she moves to mount, actually moves to half guard, and starts to rattle off those elbows. I think that Estes was hurt right there. That she's not defending herself. I think that the ref did a great job of stepping in right there, and Miller did a great job winning.
And I can't lie, Estes had a great game plan, you know, especially the third round when she came out and was trying to keep, you know, trying to jab and stuff like that. But Randy's pace is too much.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Kansas City, the world of mixed martial arts is watching around the world, streaming on the wide web. How about a big hand for both of these fighters for stepping in here tonight? Our referee, Michelle Drake Browning, steps in and waves off this fight. 3 minutes, 27 seconds of the third round. Ruled a technical knockout for your winner, Randi Miller.
So Randi Miller wins a thriller in her professional MMA debut, being hoisted up by Kat Zingano, celebrating the Olympians' first success in a mixed martial arts cage. Again, a tough battle with Molly Estes. But on this night, Julie, it is indeed Miller time.
That's a good phrase. And I like to see this team of female champions coming up here. You know, females are starting to train with each other more and more.